Gex saw a medium amount of success in the 90s as the Lampoon fans' introduction to platformers. Gex was a smart-mouthed gecko who loved TV too much that one day sucked him inside. Gex, the first game, was released in 1995 for the 3DO, followed by the PS1 and other platforms. It was a side-scrolling game that made Gex a bit hard to move as the controls were stiff. Going back to it now, that problem was not addressed in the remaster. The bigger games worth discussing are Gex Enter the Gecko and Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, which went full 3D and added more comedy. I should mention Gex was, and still is, voiced by Dana Gould, a celebrated stand-up in his own right who also worked on shows like The Simpsons. Gex Enter the Gecko was informed by Austin Powers without a doubt, having Gex constantly break the fourth wall. The third game gave him an animal companions and a real-life spy he had to save. Gex is the type of character you're either going to love or hate initially, and there is no warming up or cooling down on him for better or worse. For me, let's just say I appreciate Gex as a character and having fun with it. The main crux of these games is to find remote controls hidden in levels, which will then unlock new stages. The imagination and creativity grew with the 3D sequels, jumping into generic parodies of TV from horror shows to cartoons. There were even jabs at fellow platforming mascots, with jokes that, again, either struck a chord with you or made you groan. And it's not exactly like these games have aged well with stereotypes aplenty, although there's nothing truly offensive here. The remaster doesn't add much. You can use save states in each game, along with rewinding the clock. There were other versions made of most of these games, like on the Game Boy Color, which would have been fun to see in this collection, but all you get is the 3 core versions. What I did love were the extras that were included, like trailers, artwork, magazine ads, and interviews with Dana Gould. Also some footage of canceled projects, which I always love to see. They're fun extras, but not much more than that. Your appreciation of the game and these extras will depend on the past. Did you play these games and love them as a kid? Well, then you might like Gex Trilogy. Are you new and have no idea what a Gex is? Then you're probably going to ignore this collection. For me, I played a lot of the second game and did not touch a single second of the other games, but enjoyed it because I didn't have an N64 and couldn't dive into Banjo-Kazooie or Super Mario 64. Gex Enter the Gecko never stuck with me though. I have not been thinking about it until I saw the advertisement. I didn't ask for this collection, and when it was announced, I, had some hopes for the best. What I got was a decently presented collection, but unfortunately with mediocre games inside. They are far from the worst platformers of the 90s, but they didn't exactly scratch my nostalgic itch either. At the end of the day, I am glad someone is at least preserving the past.